The whole village stood still. No one spoke. No one moved. Under the great old tree, two grown adults stared at each other with wide, shaking eyes. Families trembled. Tears filled the air like silent rain. The wise elder slowly lifted his hand and pointed. "There," he said softly. On their shoulders, the same hidden mark. A mark that carried a truth no one was ready to hear. Gasps spread through the crowd. Hearts beat fast. Confusion covered every face. The wealthy young man felt his chest tighten. The gentle young woman felt the ground spin beneath her feet. Something impossible was about to be revealed. But to understand this moment, we must go back many years. Back to a quiet morning when the sky was gentle and the world was calm. In that peaceful African village surrounded by tall trees and warm earth, two babies were born on the very same day. The sun had just woken up. Birds sang happily. Smoke rose slowly from cooking fires. In a large beautiful house with smooth painted walls, a baby cried for the first time. The family cheered with joy. Women clapped their hands. The proud father smiled brightly. "My child," he whispered, "will never know suffering." Soft cloth wrapped the tiny body. Warm hands held the baby close. Everything felt bright and full of hope. Not far away, inside a small mud hut, another baby entered the world. The cry was strong but soft. The parents smiled with deep love. "We may be poor," the mother said gently, "but our child will never lack love." The father nodded with warm eyes. "Love is our true wealth." Their heart was simple. Their clothes were plain. But their hearts were full. That morning, the village midwife hurried between both homes. She worked with care. She moved with purpose. But then the sky changed. Dark clouds gathered quickly. Heavy rain poured down. Wind roared loudly. Paths turned to mud. People rushed in panic. The midwife ran through the storm, trying to help both families. Voices shouted. Doors opened and closed. Everything became noise and movement. And in that storm of confusion, something terrible happened. Without knowing, without seeing, the babies were switched. No one noticed. No one knew. Life quietly changed direction. Years passed slowly like a flowing river. The baby raised in the large house grew in comfort. There was always food waiting. Always clean clothes. Always soft beds. The young boy laughed easily. People admired him. Yet sometimes, when he sat alone, he felt something strange. A quiet feeling he could not explain. As if a small piece inside him searched for something missing. In the mud hut, the other baby grew with hardship. Life was not easy. Some days there was little food. Some nights were cold. But the young girl grew strong. She learned patience. She learned kindness. She learned how to smile even when life was heavy. Her parents loved her deeply. They shared what little they had. They spoke gently. They cared warmly. Though poor, their home carried peace. Both children slowly became adults. The wealthy young man became known for his fine clothes and confident walk. He spoke with pride. He moved with ease. But restlessness lived inside him. A feeling like a bird that could not sit still. The young woman from the mud hut became known for her gentle heart. She helped others. She worked hard. She spoke with calm kindness. Strength lived quietly inside her. One bright season, the village prepared for a grand festival. Drums echoed joyfully. Laughter filled the air. Colorful clothes danced in the sunlight. That was the day their paths began to cross. In the middle of music and celebration, both young adults noticed the same person. A kind soul with a warm smile and peaceful eyes. A smile that made hearts feel light. The wealthy young man felt excitement rush through him. I must speak, he told himself. I must be seen. The young woman felt something softer. A quiet warmth spreading gently inside her chest. Days passed. Feelings grew. The wealthy young man brought gifts and sweet words. He smiled brightly. I can give you comfort, he said. I can give you everything. The loved one listened kindly. But the young woman offered something different. She shared simple laughter. She listened with care. She showed gentle honesty. Slowly, affection deepened. And slowly, tension began to rise. Jealousy entered like a quiet shadow. The wealthy young man's voice grew sharp. His eyes filled with worry. Why do you smile at her? He asked. The loved one answered calmly, because kindness shines without noise. The young woman felt sadness but remained peaceful. She never wished for conflict. Whispers spread across the village. Confusion grew. Seeing the unrest, the wise elder called everyone together. Under the great old tree, where truth would wake. The elder's eyes were calm. His voice was slow. Many years ago, he began, 2 babies were born on the same day. Silence fell. There was rain. There was confusion. He stepped closer. One baby carried a hidden mark. He looked carefully. Then pointed. There. Shock froze every face. Tears followed. Truth unfolded like the rising sun. Families wept. Hearts trembled. The young adults stared at one another in disbelief. Life had written a strange story. But the elder raised his hand gently. Identity shapes life, he said softly. Then his voice grew warmer. But character shows true worth. He turned toward the young woman. You grew in hardship, yet your heart became strong and kind. He turned toward the young man. You grew in comfort, yet your heart still seeks peace. No anger. Only wisdom. Slowly, understanding grew. Pain remained, but love remained too. Because love given over years cannot simply disappear. And in time, peace returned. Not because of wealth. Not because of birth. But because of the heart.